So obviously we were talking about Art Simone and that episode came back, and then you were unfortunately eliminated that episode.
Yes.
Were you surprised that you were in the bottom given your track record, and also do you think you deserved to be in the bottom that week?
Such a good question. I wouldn't say I was surprised to be in the bottom with my dress that I made. It was so. I'm still confused to this day about that dress. Part of me really likes it, and part of me just is like, what is it? I think it kind of just didn't fit very well, but the concept I think kind of works. But I was not surprised to be in the bottom, and I guess not surprised to be going home either. I think because Karen from Finance is such a prominent, again, she's probably the, under Art Simone would be the next most popular sort of biggest followed drag queen in Australia. And so I thought, just before the music started for our lip sync battle, I thought, this is my time to go home. Karen's got this. I put the effort in there, I would anyway. But it was sort of, I just knew it wasn't my time, I guess. And so I was sort of really devastated to be going home because we touched on before, on paper, I was technically winning up until that point because I've been safe. Won, and then I was in the top, and then I was sent home. So I was technically winning, and I was so happy because in life, because Keita and I are a duo, often like Trixie and Katja, Bender La Creme and Jinx, people, without meaning to, kind of often sort of compare them a little bit, and they have their favourite and things like that. And for years, sort of Keita, because she has sort of a bigger fan following in New Zealand, it was always sort of like, the better one, and Anita was kind of like her backup. And so for me, it was such an opportunity to be like, wow, I'm up here and I'm beating Keita. This is awesome. I'm showing the world. So it was just so unfortunate, really. So since then, I did take some sewing lessons. So at least I'm a little bit better with a needle and thread. It's just the way it went, and everything happens for a reason. And I'm sure one day I'll realize what that reason was.
Well, I first of all, I always thought your book look was, I mean, it wasn't the best, but it certainly was not bad. I actually thought it was nice. I'm not a drag queen or in any way have fashion sense, but I was like, that's a good outfit. I couldn't do that.
No, it was a lot of hot glue and a lot of rushing to get through it.
Hot glue and desperation.
Exactly. I think the thing is that with a design challenge or any challenge, as long as you don't sort of utterly embarrass yourself and do something like, I can't remember what the thing, and not that she embarrassed herself, but the poor one in the UK who stuck the paper bags on a leotard and kind of called it a day. At least it wasn't paper bags on a leotard. It was just paper books on a tube.
No, I thought it was good. I was so surprised. Your elimination was actually the most shocking to me. Maybe Art Simone as well, because it was so good. But because you had actually won an episode, and like you said, you were either safe or in the top, your elimination was the most shocking to me as a viewer. Because also, you just seemed so nice. And I was like, oh no, I liked her. She was really funny.
Oh, thank you.
I know lots of people in the comments didn't even have a question for you. They basically just wanted to say you weren't deserving of being in the bottom.
Oh. Thank you.
So how did it then feel to be eliminated while Keita was like, you talked about obviously the comparison, and I don't think you are in any way like the worst one, so you can get that idea out of your head. I think you are just as good. Like, you're both amazing. What did it feel like to then know you were in the bottom, like going home, and you still had two people in the competition who were your sort of partners?
Yeah, it never feels good, I don't think, unless you send yourself home. Even then, it probably wouldn't feel good. It was sort of part of me was sort of very proud for getting halfway through the season, and also because you never want to go home first or second, really. As long as you get over the first two episode hump, then you're pretty much going to get some good airtime. You're kind of gonna sort of have some sort of follow on, hopefully, from the show. So part of me was really proud for representing. I was really proud. I kind of gone in, and I, in a way, I achieved what I wanted to do. I wanted to share some stories and have some soft moments, because everybody loves a crier. I wanted to win Snatch Game. And I just kind of then I wanted to win the crown, basically. So 2 out of 3 is not bad, is it?
Definitely. I think you definitely made your mark on the competition. No one can forget your, what was it RuPaul called it, like your maniacal smile, your manic.
It's nothing as much as age, really.
But it was you were really fun, and you were after the show, you were unofficially elected as the Miss Congeniality. So I think people obviously remembered you and obviously felt that kind of warmth and, that smile and that sort of your congeniality, I guess.
Yeah, I think for me, I think around the world, we see a lot of things, especially on Drag Race, there's a lot of sort of arguments between the queens, and it's so exciting to watch. I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of a cat fight on TV? But for me, I'm just so not that person. That I think coming from a small country and then a smaller city and then a smaller scene, let alone being a drag queen on top of that, you kind of have to be sort of very professional and very nice to everyone. Well, I'd like to be nice to anyone anyway, but in order to get work, we did have to be sort of nice and not be bitchy and that sort of stuff. So for me, I just kind of took that energy in with me to the show. I just thought, I could be, I couldn't really. I thought you could be sort of bitchy for the TV, and I remember being on the show and thought, I'm probably not going to be very successful because all these girls, they're sort of arguing with each other and they're all having these shady moments. And I'm shady to my friends and people that I feel comfortable with, and I love shade. But I just thought, I'm not going to have these conversations with people because that's not who I am. And then actually what was fun after the show, it was sort of the opposite happened because I wasn't bitchy to other people and because I was just trying to be nice to people. I think the audience enjoyed that because it was a bit refreshing for them.